Alright, so today I'm going to be showing you how to remove the headlight from an E60 BMW. In this case it's an M5. There's a lot of people that have been saying they weren't able to get theirs out, so I'm going to show you some of the stuff I've been doing to get mine out. So pretty much any tool you need is a T30 Torx. I'm just using a T-handle here. There's 4 bolts or screws needed to remove it. There's one here, right on top, one right here, and then there is one right down through here and one right down through here. Now whoever put these headlights in at some point either didn't replace the screws down here or didn't tighten them because they're both missing. So it doesn't seem like just the top ones are doing too bad at holding it in, but I'm just going to go ahead and loosen these two up. And the one front here. See, it's just a little pan head T30. And then obviously you should have one right here and one right here, but mine are both missing. So we're ready for the next step. Now it is really tight. You just kind of got to feel a little bit. The one thing I do is gives you a little bit more room is to pop the cap off in the back. This cap here sits right in the back here. It makes the light just a little bit thinner, makes it a little easier, gives you a little bit more clearance. So there's a little ledge on the light around here that is stuck behind the bumper. So what I like doing is trying to get the light free from this corner first, out of the fender. So you got to just kind of wiggle it carefully. You don't want to do any scratching because it can scratch if you... There we go. And it comes right out. Now I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it, but to unplug it, there's a sleeve on the main clamp you just pull straight down on, and it automatically unplugs it. There we go. And then there's just a little quick release on the bottom plug. 2 plugs needed. So just like that. Not bad at all, and we got the lights. I'm going to go ahead and polish it a little bit and replace the halo bulbs. So see you next time. Hey, what is up guys? Today we finally got some decent weather, so we're going to be doing another little project on the M5 I've been wanting to do. This one headlight lens was really foggy, so we're going to, and also the halos on both headlights were not working, so I'm going to be putting new halos in both sides, and I'm going to be redoing this headlight lens. We finally got some weather outside that makes it fun to work outside. We're going to be doing that, so hopefully we'll be able to get a little bit of footage of cleaning up this headlight and see if we can get it looking at least as good as the other side, which isn't perfect but a whole lot better. So let's get started and see what we can get done. Okay, so what I'm going to be using today to clean this thing up is I picked up a 3M Headlight Restoration kit. Pretty much comes with the attachment for the cordless drill. We're going to start off with, I believe it's a 500 grit to get the big imperfections out of it, and then we'll drop down to an 800 grit, and then I think like maybe like an 1800 grit or something like that, and finish off with a 3000 grit, and then we'll go over it and polish it. So hopefully we'll get the results we're looking for. I'm going to start off by wetting it with some soapy water, same with the paper here, and then start what you want to do is keep moving. You don't want to just stop at one spot or you'll go in too deep. So you just want to keep moving back and forth to keep from scuffing it too deeply. And you also don't want to run your drill too fast or it'll actually heat the plastic up and can partially melt it. starts drying up, you keep some I'm going to grab a rag here and wave it down. See how it's looking. What you're looking for on this level is to try to get most of the deep scratches out. The headlight will actually turn really foggy because you're actually scuffing it pretty good. But you want to check for here, we can still see we get quite a bit of deep hits and stuff along the edge. I'm going to hit that again and see if I can smooth that out. Around the corner here where you don't get quite as many rock chips and stuff, you don't have to go quite as aggressive with it. But kind of along the top edge here where it sees a lot of sun, and this front part where it gets a lot of your rock chips. So I'm going to keep going a little more, mainly down along this front corner. So I think we're going to drop down to the next step, which is this 800 grit. And what this will do is start taking out the swirl marks that we just put in with the 500 grit. And we'll just keep working down to a finer and finer paper until we get it all back. Swirl mark is starting to go. It's still feeling pretty rough. So I think we will keep going a little bit more. And you can kind of use your fingernail to see if there's any deep scuffs in there. So you can see how as it dries here, how cloudy it's looking now. That'll all go away as we keep going finer and finer until we get all the little scuffs and things out. So it'll start looking pretty bad, but then as you get down towards the end, it's gonna start cleaning up again. How cloudy it's looking now. That'll all go away as we keep going finer and finer until we get all the little scuffs and things out. So it'll start looking pretty bad, but then as you get down towards the end, it's gonna start cleaning up again. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go to the next step and put the 3000 grit on. And at any point after we get it down there, if it's still not quite what we want, we can always go back to the 500 and start over and go through the process again. So I normally try going through it fairly quick, and if the light still looks bad, going back and starting over rather than taking too much off or taking more than you need off. So this step is really where you can start seeing stuff look a lot better. See, it's starting to clear up really nice. And we still got a little bit of pitting in here. This headlight was really bad. I'm guessing it was still the original lens. So it's seen 130,000 miles and about, about 12 years of road. So it's pretty bad. I'm probably not going to worry about these deep pits down along here. Mainly just worried about getting it clear again. So we're definitely getting there. I'm going to keep going. You can still see some scuffing and things in there. going to keep going a couple minutes here yet. I also do have new lenses for these headlights, but it's quite a bit of work cutting the lenses out of the housing, so I decided to try this first, and hopefully I can get it looking good enough to where I don't have to go through all that work. Which it's starting to look pretty good if you look at it before it totally dries and the haze comes back. We are definitely getting it a lot better than it was when we started. I think it's going to be to where it'll be okay. Wow, that's definitely looking a lot better. Got at least 80% of it out. So I think I'm going to switch to the polish and see what it looks like. So to do that, we've got this foam and we're going to use like a polishing compound, and that'll take the last of this fine haze you see out of it, or it should anyway, and give us the nice clear lens we're looking for. Just keep working the polish in there. Grab another battery. Back with a new battery. Alright, so it's definitely not perfect, but it is sure a whole lot better than it was at first. I think I'm going to be able to live with this. Might polish a little bit more on it, but it's definitely looking a whole lot better. Once I give a good cleaning to get rid of all the residue on it, I think we'll be... Definitely still see down on here there's a lot of deep pits. It'll take a lot of sanding to get out, but this is at least not as noticeable until you're right up by it. For the most part, it's pretty nice and clean. So get the halos in here, get it back in the car, and we'll be looking a whole lot better than it was when we started. And obviously, I'm sure you noticed the car is absolutely filthy, so I'm hoping to go ahead and get some time today to give that a proper wash and maybe even a coat of wax. Still haven't, other than a rinse here and there, still never gave it a proper washing since I got it, but now that I finally got the rod bearings in and it's ready to hit the road, I'm going to start working on some of the cosmetic stuff. So, thanks for watching. If you like it, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to see what else is coming for this car. See you next time.